U.S. military has created a UFO. Now, we hear a lot of talk around this event. Just think about it. First, the military announced the creation of space troops. Then the Pentagon declassified information about the authenticity of UFO videos. Then a representative of Congress confirmed under oath that he'd seen extraterrestrial technology. Amid all this, the authorities can no longer hide information about the new development. And so we discovered the fact that no UFOs fell, and these were test flights of a new, previously unknown aircraft that incorporated the best features of existing fighters. The unique triangular shape of the Manta, an engine with incredible speed from Dark Star, advanced artificial intelligence from NGAD, and B-21 Rider's invisibility technology, and all these specifications are in one aircraft, which is being developed in Area 51.
That is the strangest thing I've seen as far as aviation.
While each modern fighter jet has one unique feature, this time the engineers decided to test what would happen if they combined all the available technologies in one aircraft. It used to be believed that the TR-3B Black Manta with its unusual shape was a real UFO created by humans. But in fact, it was the first attempt before creating a real UFO. The Manta is a triangular aerospace platform about 623 feet long and 328 feet wide. The new aircraft has the same shape but is much smaller, more like a fighter jet. Such a strange design was not chosen by chance, as it makes it completely silent thanks to the use of unique aerodynamic technologies.
That is a secret space program.
At the same time, the possible characteristics of the new aircraft are limited only by physical loads, so the engineers tried to get the most out of it. The military looked at the success of the Dark Star during the tests and realized they had created a truly unique aircraft. And the reason for this was probably the world's best engine, capable of accelerating the fighter to 7,500 miles per hour. They decided to install it on a new aircraft. Its powertrain operates at hypersonic speeds thanks to the use of special hydrogen fuel, which is mixed with oxygen in the combustion chamber, thereby increasing the engine's power and efficiency. In addition to the main engine, there's also a vortex magnetic field generator, which interacts with the Earth's magnetic field to help the aircraft cope with takeoff, lightening the body by almost half.
This is just one potential concept, what it might look like. It's to describe a vision more than anything else. It's to put something tangible in people's minds.
However, not only the engine, but also its location affects what kind of aircraft it'll be. The developers mentioned the unique engine placement on the F-35, which allowed the aircraft to take off vertically. The new aircraft has the same capability, and it looks like footage of UFO instantly taking off or descending. Vertical takeoff is very convenient to use in any terrain because it's possible to land literally anywhere, whether in an open field, on the roof of a building, or on a runway. Once the engine was selected, it was time to choose a cover. The engineers had to create a lightweight and powerful aircraft at the same time while making it as invisible as possible. The engineers took as an example the developments that were used on the legendary B-21 Rider bomber.
The world has never seen technology like the B-21.
Hyperstealth biotechnology worked on the skin of the Raider aircraft using existing stealth technologies to create a unique absorbent cover. To achieve the necessary effect, the developers had to create a special metamaterial capable of changing the direction and speed of radar waves passing through the hull. This approach creates a reflective envelope and nothing will be visible in the locator images. In this way, the aircraft will become invisible to the military, which means it'll be able to get as close to the enemy as possible. The new aircraft also has a trick up its sleeve, which was created by the engineers of Area 51. In case the aircraft is detected by radar, it uses a radar scattering system, creating an enormous obstacle, making the exact location of the airplane impossible to guess.
Typically, like I said, we knock the door down, we go in first, and lead the way for other aircraft with a larger radar signature to come in and strike targets to drop those unguided weapons.
Weapons are probably the most important part of any fighter jet. Of course, for a real UFO created in Area 51, there was a perfect match that emphasized the extraterrestrial technology of this machine. Testing of the new combat laser began back in 2014. At that time, Lockheed Martin gathered engineers from all over the world who were somehow related to laser technologies at a closed conference. The best minds, paired with the company's cutting-edge technology, were able to create a laser system of incredible power. LAWS-2 is an automatic laser-directed energy system with several operating modes. The special location of the lenses and the unique character of the laser made it possible to increase its range 3 times compared to the first version.
In the past, you may have needed, a whole strike from a carrier to be able to do that. Now you just do it with one airplane.
In normal mode, the laser has a power of 200 kilowatts, which makes it possible to disable the electronics in enemy vehicles and missiles at a distance of 6 miles. However, this is still not enough for total protection. Perhaps we see so few high-quality UFO recordings because of this laser, because if you get too close, the laser will simply turn off your smartphone. And you'll be very lucky if the aircraft does not dare to use the second mode of the laser, in which its power reaches 400 kilowatts, which allows it to melt metal in seconds at a distance of 12 miles. This range and power makes LAWS-2 one of the best laser systems used for military purposes. All this power is supplied by a vortex generator, so the laser has plenty of energy. Such a laser can be used not only to destroy missiles, projectiles, and drones, which will be shot down in less than 1 second, but also enemy aircraft and helicopters, which will take no more than 3 seconds to destroy.
The environment's changing, and the threat's changing, and therefore we are looking at laser-directed energy weapons. They're around and about on ships.
When you have an aircraft capable of flying at 7,500 miles per hour while remaining invisible and controlling a laser system, you need someone to lead this entire set. Humans cannot constantly withstand overload and high temperatures because when an aircraft flies at full speed, it heats up to 750 degrees Fahrenheit. Therefore, the ideal candidate for the pilot role is an artificial intelligence, which was previously tested on the NGAD fighter jet. The neural network in its onboard computer controls all processes from flight and target tracking to attack and intelligence transmission to other aircraft. Similarly, artificial intelligence transmits the instrument panel to the screen in the command center, where the duty officer can take manual control of any part of the aircraft in case of a malfunction. The best option is when part of the processes is under human control and part is under artificial intelligence. In this case, it's possible to achieve the perfect combination of flexible human thought and instant computer computing. This will help to complete most combat missions without any difficulties. The engineers of Area 51 will only have to add the ability to release the stored energy in the form of electrical impulses to their aircraft, and we can say that they've created something invincible. Although even now, there's no appropriate opponent for this mysterious fighter. Its strength comes from the many years of experience of the engineers who worked tirelessly on it at the most secretive U.S. military base, inventing and installing new technologies that we could only see in movies before. Each detail and technology in it resembles something extraterrestrial. The engineers managed to do everything possible to make the new fighter jet win superiority in the air of our planet, and perhaps even beyond its borders. We can only think about how many more technologies exist that we can only guess. More unique aircraft with capabilities beyond our understanding are waiting for us ahead, and most likely these technologies will take humanity to a completely different extraterrestrial level. The Pentagon has a whole squadron of top-secret aircraft that people could mistake for UFOs. In 2013, the U.S. Air Force launched a secret reconnaissance aircraft over the Pacific Ocean. The object was carrying out a national intelligence gathering mission. In other words, it was spying on China, Russia, and North Korea. All other information about it was classified. The secret of this aerial object could have remained unsolved if it weren't for a mistake in document storage. Somehow a document was leaked that detailed the construction, characteristics, features, and personal workings on the aircraft. Basically, everything except the name. Just like we see in spy movies, it had been blacked out with a marker. However, experts were able to decipher that the word consisted of 8 letters. At that time, there was only one aircraft in the U.S. that could have played the role of this secret object, the RQ-170 Sentinel. Not surprisingly, this plane had been the subject of many rumors and legends. Because it was developed at America's most mysterious military base, Area 51, located in Nevada, this area always is teeming with UFO sightings. Strange lights in the sky, triangular objects, and flying saucers have all been captured on camera within the state. The Sentinel was one of the objects that often found itself in camera lenses. No wonder, because this was no ordinary aircraft, but a true technological breakthrough. While other countries were still piloting reconnaissance aircraft, the Sentinel was a true unmanned aerial vehicle. This stealth aircraft was created with one goal in mind: to spy on critical enemy targets. Its name speaks for itself. The Sentinel managed to accomplish two important tasks. It gathered information about North Korea's nuclear and space programs and became the most talked about object among UFO enthusiasts. The same fate befell two other objects.
We actually see a triangular-shaped UFO, like something that would be right out of an alien movie.
The first ever stealth bomber, the F-117 Nighthawk, was developed at Area 51 in the 1970s. Developed by Lockheed Skunk Works, it had such an unusual shape and appearance that it could have easily won a contest for most bizarre aircraft. This was the first mass-produced aircraft to use stealth technology. In other words, the Nighthawk has such a low radar signature that it's often referred to as an invisible plane. But that's not its main feature. Its surface is covered with a special reflective material whose structure resembles that of diamonds, with an overall shape to match. Because of this, American newspapers once claimed that the F-117 was entirely covered in precious stones. But of course that wasn't true. Nevertheless, the aircraft turned out to be incredibly powerful, stealthy, fast, and reliable, something that had only been dreamed of until that point. It was supposed to become the Pentagon's secret trump card, but it didn't remain a secret. Due to its unusual shape, which at the time couldn't be attributed to any normal airplane, U.S. citizens often mistook it for a UFO, filmed it, and posted it online. Oh, curious onlookers, you can't hide anything from them. And of course, Lockheed Martin wasn't the only one involved in these classified developments. In the 1990s, Boeing developed its own top-secret airplane, the Bird of Prey, as part of a project for the U.S. Air Force at the same Area 51. The YF-118G is a research and development aircraft that was never intended for production, but it was brought to life and was immediately compared to the cruiser used by the Klingons in Star Trek. The goal of creating this unique aircraft wasn't reconnaissance at all, but to test various aviation technologies for reducing detectability. It was on this plane that the latest stealth coatings, such as transparent skin, have been and continue to be tested, and it could very well be the first aircraft to test hologram technology.
They can literally change shape on command.
These technologies, unique coating and strange shape, could be behind the videos that show a flying object simply dissolving and disappearing into thin air. We've already provided answers to many questions, but if these airplanes and drones have existed for a long time, why are so many reports of UFO sightings just coming out now? Are there suddenly a lot of spy missions that need completing? That could have been true if not for one thing. Most of these aircraft have already been retired from service and are quietly living out the rest of their days in hangars somewhere. And all the new airplanes couldn't be mistaken for UFOs because they have a familiar shape, right? What are we to make of the news that mass sightings of unidentified objects coincide with testing dates for a secret 6th-generation fighter jet? This is one of those cases where it simply can't be chalked up to chance, because the aircraft's abilities perfectly fit the description of a UFO.
We're looking at everything from within flight systems areas, we're looking at battery technologies and using a lot less hydraulics. In the cockpit, we're looking at using augmented reality and virtual reality and trying to take a lot of the hardware away from that cockpit environment.
The NGAD, this fighter's all business, inside and out. Each of its components is perfectly matched and every function complements the rest. It's set to become the technological benchmark for its competitors. As an example of its amazing technology, the aircraft has been equipped with a unique stealth skin that not only deflects radar waves, but also blocks laser weapons. It also has a system for creating holograms, which was originally tested on the YF-118G. One press of a button and the plane displays an image on its body from the opposite side, thereby becoming almost completely invisible. That's some real alien technology. The NGAD is capable of flying at orbital altitudes, practically in open space, where it could easily shoot down a satellite or even a real UFO. It extracts information using a scanning beam similar to an X-ray, enabling it to look right through enemies and even through walls.
The way we use it is by employing it against targets that we cannot normally see visually, whether it is due to weather, smoke, haze or just some sort of other thing.
With a plane like this, not even aliens seem so scary anymore. And it could even be to blame for supposed alien sightings in the first place. But no matter how cool and technologically advanced these new fighters are, there's still footage out there of objects that are not at all similar to our typical understanding of aircraft. So the question remains, who might be visiting us from another galaxy? Let me know what you think in the comments. This video's come to an end. Thank you for watching it till now. We'll be immensely grateful if you subscribe to our channel and write in the comments your opinion on what you saw in the video. It's especially interesting to read your thoughts on whether it's a good idea to create such a powerful aircraft. And while you write, I wish you all a good day. See you soon.